In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can take the new projects feature from ChatGPT that got released a couple of days ago and create your own custom content copywriter that understands your tone of voice, understands your website, and even create blog posts for you that are keyword optimized and are backlinking to other sections of your website. This allows you essentially to write a lot more content, maintain the quality of it so you can focus on creating a lot more content out there. You maintain the same quality, which is really important because GPT does all the heavy lifting from an SEO perspective, and you just worry about how good the blog is or not. For those of you who don't know, ChatGPT released a feature called Projects a couple of days ago. This is a feature that Claude from Anthropic had long before it was made by ChatGPT, and it's kind of like Claude Projects, or even a little bit like Notebook LM, where you can feed it a certain data set and it's going to reference that or going to use that as a custom knowledge base. I'm going to show you also the things that it can do and the things that it can't do as well. If you don't know me, my name's Nico. I run an online community called the AI Ranking School Community, where we simplify SEO and we help you maximize your search engine optimization using AI tools and automations, much like the ones I'm going to show you today. If you want to learn how to maximize your search engine optimization, get found in the search results more, and get more organic traffic to your website, turning that into leads or sales, whatever the purpose of your website is, I recommend you join our community. We have a free and a premium community. You can start off with a free community with a lot of content and tools there for you that you can try out. Let's get straight to it. We're going to need a couple of things to create a project that can write for you and understand for you. That is, we need to give it some background or the website information, and we ideally want to download that into a TXT file and a few more things. Next, we need to create a tone of voice, if that's really important for you. For some people it is as well, meaning you want the GPT to write in a certain style. And then we also need to give it some data, some keyword data, and everything I'm going to show you how to create this is going to be for free. If you have any paid version of ChatGPT, in the left-hand side, you're going to see this projects feature. We're going to build this project that we've built for a random website called Ethical Dog Training. So here, we're going to go name the projects here. And with a project, you can keep chats, files, custom instructions in one place and use them for ongoing work. When we create a project, it's going to create a new folder here. And within that, we can add up to 20 files within this project that then the GPT can refer to. As well, on the right-hand side, you see that we can add instructions. Let's do the instructions right away. So here I've created a prompt which you can get access to in the description of this video below. Essentially, it's telling it to act like a SEO expert, particularly when it's writing content, to make sure that it also references a bunch of things. One being the sitemap, which we'll get so that it understands that it should link to other components when it's writing to. The tone of voice documentation, which we will build if you don't have one, and to write appropriately. So we're going to copy this prompt, which I'll leave linked below. We're going to go back to ChatGPT, and we're going to save that here. I recommend that you play around with that prompt, change it, try to break it, improve it. It should be yours. Don't just copy and paste that one. You're more than welcome to, but I recommend you kind of make it your own. Maybe give it some background about your business. The more specific you get with that prompt, the better the output will be. So now we need a couple of things. We need the data of the website, and there's a couple of ways you can do this, but essentially we want to download all this into a easy to read TXT file. I've got this website here called Gobblebot. Weird name, but really helpful tool. It just allows you to scrape a website and place it all into a big old dirty TXT file. This is a great easy way to give your custom GPT contextual parameters in terms of, hey, this is the website content that we are going to be writing about. And you see that it's downloading now the characters from the homepage and a couple of other things. Perfect. So now if I click download all in one file, I want to rename this just so that GPT has context into what this is. It will understand it, but I still want to make sure that I'm doing this appropriately. So I'm just going to go website content and data. Name it whatever you want. Now I'm going to go back to the projects that I'm creating. I'm going to add a file here. And obviously I'm going to add the brand new text file that I just created before. Website contact, beautiful. And you should take a while to upload. You want that to allow it some time. Perfect. I can add more files, but now I need a second thing, which is a tone of voice document. You don't need this. I just like having this so that whenever you write with this project, with all the GPT within inside this project, it's going to be somewhat sounding synchronized through whatever it is that you write. So what you can do is go to a blog, something that you've written before that you like the tone of voice in. For example, this blog here, is it worth training a dog? I'm going to go to that blog post, and in any shape or form, you want to just copy all of the content of that blog post. This can also be a LinkedIn post or anything that you like the tone of voice of. And you go to a custom GPT that I've created, and I'll leave linked below. This is completely free as well. You're just going to paste that there, and this is going to analyze the tone of voice and give it tone of voice description. While that's going there, I'm going to just create a doc here that I can paste that tone of voice and download it as a TXT document. Great, so now I've got a example, a guideline, and just an overall document that is going to underline or explain what the tone of voice should be here. And now I'm going to name that appropriately, tone of voice doc, and I can download that as a TXT file. This is now my other document that I want to give to my project files to refer to, and I've got the tone of voice doc there, TXT file. Beautiful. Now that for most people is enough. You can start really writing this and using your project as your custom content copywriter. We're just going to do one more thing, and for that we're going to need Google Sheet. You don't need to use Google Sheets. You can use Excel if you've got it. I just prefer Google Sheet. And I'm going to find the sitemap of this website. Finding the sitemap is generally very easy. At the end of the URL, you're just going to put /sitemap.xml. If that doesn't show up, there's many ways you can find your sitemap. You're going to have to Google that. I don't want to go through the million ways you can find that. This video is not about that. But if you've got WordPress and you've got Yoast, it'll look like this. So now I'm going to choose the ones that are really important for me. I want the page sitemap and I want the posts sitemap. This is going to show me all the pages for the website, the main pages, like the certain services pages and whatnot. I want that. And I also want the blog post URLs. So I'm just going to paste that nice and kind of dirty into a sheet. And I'm going to go to the other sitemap, which was about the blog post. And now I've got all the blog posts here. I copy that and again paste that at the bottom. I want to do a little formatting here. I'm just going to delete the main blog home. I'm going to delete this here. And I'm going to do one thing which I think is beneficial for you to do. I don't want to necessarily have all of the links that I want the GPT to kind of focus on, or make sure that it backlinks when I'm writing something, because not all of them make sense to do so. For example, privacy policy, check out my account, and all these things I don't really need. Do need this stuff about, that's fine. And then I go into the blogs here. So I'm also going to delete this stuff here. Essentially, I'm just tidying up the data now. You don't have to do this, but I recommend you do. And I'm just going to say main page so that it understands what this is about. Puppy school, and then blog post. Blog post for the other blog post. That way I'm just kind of helping GPT identify, give some context in terms of what this page is about. That's all I need for this example here. Page time. You can get more detailed, maybe indicating that's a services page or whatever you want to do, but you can always experiment that on your own time. Name it appropriately as well. I'm going to go sitemap. And you're going to download this as a CSV file. Again, we're going to go back to our project files. We're going to add the file and the sitemap here. Beautiful. So now it's got some contextual awareness of, hey, this is the sitemap. It says file contents may not be accessible. For the most part, it has been able to access a CSV file, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Cool, now we're kind of ready to go if we really want to. There's another thing that you can do here. You can place keyword research data into that right away, but I've been playing around with this a bit and I find that it's not the right time to give it that data right away. I think that it's better to give that data once you understand what you're writing about. Let me give you an example. So for example, here I'm going to say, okay, let's write about a blog about how to take care of your dog when it's hot outside. At the moment it's hot outside and my little puppy is very hot, so I want to know about this as well. Blog post, great. Perfect. So I've asked it to, okay, let's write a blog about, what to do when your blog is hot. And it says, keeping your dog safe and happy during hot weather. Nice. Now what I've done is I've selected the canvas version and I've said, okay, now let's rewrite the blog post with a canvas so we can edit it as we want. Make sure you're hyperlinking to the related sections of the website that we place in the sitemap. This should now open up the canvas section if we are happy with the way that it's writing. And now it should understand to hyperlink other sections of the website. We'll see if it's doing that correctly. Perfect. So now we already see here that it's backlinking correctly. It's in the canvas feature. I love this thing to write back and forth with it. It's a much more collaborative way to work with GPT. And then while it's writing that, and you know how to use ChatGPT in the bottom left-hand side, I'll show you that in a second. Let's just do a quick search for dogs in hot weather advice, dogs in hot weather tips, dogs in hot weather advice. So let's just go to this SEO tool, which is completely free for you to use. I've built it for you guys, for the community. You're going to have 3 free searches per day. I've made a video on how you can use it more if you need to. But I'm going to find the related keywords here. If you, on the left-hand side menu, there's other functionalities this tool has, but just related keywords. I'm going to place in here, dogs in hot weather advice. I'm going to select Australia because we're writing for Australians. And then we're just going to limit to the first 20 results. Hopefully we get some keywords or related keywords here. We got one here, dogs in hot weather. Let's try another one. Maybe let's try hot summer dog care. Cool, perfect. Okay, so here I found some keywords that are going to be related here. So hot weather and dogs, what temperature is too hot for dogs to walk in. That's a search term that we definitely want to integrate in there. Perfect, okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to export to CSV. This is going to give you a free CSV file, and I'll show you how you can use that in the GPT. You can get extremely niche with this and select the right keyword with the right search volume. To be honest, selecting the correct keyword in terms of search volume is not the right aspect here. It's about whether the blog still adds value. And if you can integrate a little bit more of a keyword that has a lot more value because it has a little bit more search volume, then fantastic. But don't kind of slay over this and don't worry about too much about this if you can't find the right keywords or anything. They should be used as a guiding perspective, not as a source of truth, of absolute truth when it comes to data, because it really is. And so now I've got this here. I've written the first draft. It's backlinked into all the components. So what I'm going to do is give it the keyword research on the chat on the left-hand side and just go, great. Now I want you to take into consideration this keyword research that I've provided for you. And I want you to integrate the informational type keywords in a natural manner throughout the blog. So I've hit enter there and it understands the search volume component here. So it's got the right data because that's the one we gave it. And you'll see in a second that it should start rewriting this blog post in accordance to the keyword data that we gave it. So it should add here or there the right keywords, the right questions, which is essentially a long tail keywords to be able to maybe get a little bit more search volume to this blog post. You can see here that it's done that, where it says many pet owners wonder what temperature is too hot for dogs to walk. Perfect, that was one of the exact questions there. I might have put that as a H2 instead of just within the blog post, but that's okay. Using cooling tools, nice. Grooming matters, perfect. Never leave your dog in a car. That's definitely something that I would put as a H1 or H2. That's fantastic. Great. And it says be mindful of breed and health conditions. I think within the keyword research, we found that there was a question in terms of different breeds need to be treated differently in heat. But perfect. So now if you are happy with that and you're ready, you can copy this and then paste it to your website. What does this look like? Well, for example, if I open up a Google Doc, I can paste all this here and I can make sure that I can look through and everything's backlink here. Now, I'm glad we had this error because it's just made up example URLs here, which is not ideal, but let's see if we can fix that really quickly. So I've just told it, hey, links that you use to embed throughout the website aren't real. Ensure to only use the links provided in the sitemap that you have in your custom files. So let's make sure that we go through it and double check it. And these are things that they're probably going to continuously improve, or it's something that I need to improve, for example, in my custom instructions to kind of hone that down a couple of times. But the idea here is once you really start getting comfortable with this and making that prompt your own, you'll start making sure to perhaps mention something twice, like make sure that you use only the links provided within the sitemap to link to backlink there. So let's see how it does this now. We'll give it a little while to finish. Now let's see if I open the link, it's going to go to the right one. Perfect, to the home page, that's fine. We've got the contact now, services pages, specialized services. Okay, that looks like it's actually doing its thing correctly. I'm going to just test this out one more time. Great, now it's got the actual links there that are real, fantastic. Now, if you want this in HTML, you can add that in the custom instructions. Like I said, you really need to amend these custom instructions to fit your needs. For me, this is fine. It's writing it in a markdown format. Fantastic. I can just upload that to the website. Depending on which CMS you have, that might be enough for you. And that is it. The idea here is for you to give or feed all the correct information to something like the projects and play around with this. So now I can go back here. For example, if I want to write another blog, I can go back to the home projects of the one that I just created, the ethical dog training example, and place that in there and start a new chat. I can also go back to the same chat that I had there. I can delete this chat. I can move that to another project or another folder. And there is a lot of flexibility here. There's a couple of things that you can't do. As soon as you start putting files in a project, you can't use 01 or 01 mini. You're stuck with 4.0. I don't know if they're going to update that, but still, I think the fact that they place in the projects feature is pretty good at the moment. But I like that you can use Canva as well in here and DALL-E. So if you wanted to also create, let's say, your feature image with DALL-E, you can do that straight there for your blog post. And that is it. Always double check the output from ChatGPT and the links as well. It tends to hallucinate even these days, particularly because we're using 4.0. We're not using 01 mini, for example. But that's just a quick and easy way to turn this tool into a bit more of a custom content copywriter for yourself. I hope you liked this video. If you want more support into learning how to use AI tools like this for your marketing and your SEO, make sure you check out our free community, AI Ranking School community. There's a lot of high quality content there, automations, and a lot of prompts for you to use. I recommend you check that out if you're looking for a place to learn how to use AI tools for your SEO. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind, if you hit the like button, I very much appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.